Well, this trail turned out to just be sort of dead ends. The sun has already gone down. It is getting dark really quickly here. Now, I've been on this road before, but it has been 7 years, over 7 years, I think. I came up here when I first started exploring with the Forest Service. This was before I was even filming videos. I came up to explore this area in late spring. Now, there was a little haze of spring slush left on some of these roads, including this one right here. Up to that point, all of the snow driving I had done pretty much most of my life had been fresh snow, fresh, sticky snow. And I had not really experienced what that warm spring slush can be like. So I was very puzzled why my Forester, which was an absolute snowmobile, that thing could just plow through any snow that you wanted. And here I was, it was just a couple of inches of snow, and I was just struggling, and I just didn't understand it. That was my first lesson in spring slush. Anyway, I got about to here and chickened out, didn't want to go any further. When I came up here today, I knew there was no snow. I am familiar with this general area, but I have never come back up into this corner ever since 7 years ago. I got a little bit of a late start today, and obviously I ran out of sun. It's only like 4:30, but you know, in November, the sun just goes down so early. So there's one more little road I want to check out as long as I'm here. And I have no idea if I will find some place to camp up in there. If not, I know of a couple of campsites that aren't too far from here. It's so early in the afternoon, I'm just not quite ready to stop. So let's see what else we find here. It's apparently been pretty cold up here and not warming up enough during the day, at least here in the forest, because a lot of places the ground is just frozen. It's just crunching underneath the tires. Yeah, well, that's the end of another trail. We're pretty high up on the flanks of the mountain now, and these roads don't go much further anyway.
Although this looks well lit, I can't see as far up the road as I could before, and discovered that my large round driving lights have stopped working.
So here are the relays for my various auxiliary lights, and there, you know, they come with these inline fuses. And this, you can see that right there. You see that? Should look like that, but you probably can't see. The like fuse connection is still there. That's what's holding those two wires together. It's just everything else around it is gone. Wow. I don't see any trace of it here either.
Yeah, there's some things there that don't make any sense, but I've got that separated, and I'd rather just sort that out when I've got more light. I'm almost to the campsite I wanted to get to. I can see well enough to get up this trail, I think. Well, it is very, very dark, but we can try and get a look at this campsite. Firing there. Kind of in the trees. I was thinking it was a little closer to the creek. I didn't quite remember. Oh, still very nice. The creek is just right there. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get a better look in the morning. Well, I've got camp all packed up, but it's not yet time to air up and head home. I actually want to take a look at the electrical issue with my lights here. And I actually have one more day to go. I'm meeting up with some friends tonight, so I'm going to try and find some firewood. It's very cold here in the shade. And if I remember right, I think up the road there's kind of a clearing, maybe an old burn. So I'm going to drive up, get into the sun, take a look at the truck, and see if we can find some firewood. Now we've got some sun, and it's a little warmer in the engine compartment. I don't know if you can see that. That's what remains of the fuse. It's actually still fused, but all of that business is just gone. Oh, is that it there? So this isn't melted or burnt out at all. Well, because I have my whole backseat delete still torn apart, and I don't have all of my stuff with me, I normally would have electrical tape. Ideally, I would just wrap these connectors up until I can get home and take this apart and replace this fuse, or this whole entire fuse box thing. One of my friends that I'm meeting up with is actually an electrician. I'm sure he's got electrical tape in his rig. I will wrap it up when I get to their campsite. That's not super far from here. So I'm just going to see if I can find some firewood, and I'm going to head that direction. All right, I think I've harvested a reasonable contribution to the fire tonight. At this point, I'm going to put down the cameras and enjoy a night of camping with my friends. I hope you found this excursion as fun as I did. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're not already subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Thank you for watching.